What's up, everybody? Matt Hyden here, live with CLIPA Level Up in 2025. What are you doing to level up this year? That's a tough question. So maybe you should ask yourself that one in your business and your personal life. So think about that and see what you're doing. Anyway, special guest today. Very excited to have him on. Rob, welcome to the program from Gordian Staffing. Very excited to have you on. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, cool. So we're going to run through some stuff today. You are going to be at CLIPA CON this year. We appreciate your support and you coming in, and just kind of get an idea about Gordian Staffing, maybe about yourself. So kind of just tell us about yourself.
Sure. I'm the founder of Gordian Staffing, which provides remote staff to U.S. companies out of Mexico and the Philippines. I also own a building services company that does things such as gutter cleaning, window cleaning, and some Christmas lights work.
Okay. So you're very familiar with the industries. You work closely with these industries. So you know how to service these industries.
I do. I know all the headaches and been doing this almost 10 years now in different businesses. And like most business owners, I just try to solve a problem, and that's what Gordian does.
Now you say staffing, I'm thinking staffing, I'm thinking employees and things like that. Mm-hmm. Is this basically VAs in a sense?
It's the same category. We prefer to call them remote team members because we feel like it sends a better message that they should be part of the team. But yeah, it's full-time employees that work for a single client on a permanent basis. My company in California, we have 25 techs that actually go out and do the work, 2 operations managers. Everybody else is based out of Mexico doing scheduling, billing, reminders, proposals, all of that.
Yeah. And I love that you're not using the VA sense. I'm going to start gravitating away from that because it's important, and people don't understand this, is your VA, or you guys call it, I'm sorry, what do you call it?
RTM, or remote team member.
Remote team member. All right. Remote team member. I'm trying to get that, Shira. It's important to make sure they feel like they're part of the team. And we meet with our Shira, our VA, every morning to make sure we're on the same page and stuff like that. So it's really important to make sure, even though they're not physically here in the office, it's really important to make sure that you create that sense of community with them and they are part of the team, even though they're physically here. I mean, can you kind of elaborate on that a little bit and the importance of it?
Absolutely. I think one of the reasons that we've gravitated towards creating a new term is that there's an existing mindset that I don't think is accurate, but surrounding terms like VA, that it's, a low-level set of tasks, which, that can certainly be done. But the truth is, with technology and connectivity, remote staff can do anything. The highest ranking person at my building services company is in Mexico. She's been with us for 4 or 5 years now. She knows the business better than I do. I check in half an hour every 2 weeks, and she just runs that thing.
That's
so
great.
Making people realize that they're just working somewhere else and that they're able to do anything that any other employee can do are key foundations to be successful.
And I think everybody should have, one that works with them closely. I think any team should have someone, either the Philippines or Mexico that works with them, because they are phenomenal. They really are. Shira has been amazing for us. She does some amazing, everything you see on this screen right here, Shira put together and created. So the beautiful layout. And, I was really hesitant to get a VA. That's what I used to call them at the time. And I'm going to get away from it. I promise. I'll work on that. By CLIPA CON, I'll have a different term. I'll use a different team member. I think it's important. I think it's crucial for anybody to have it. And I was hesitant. It took me about 3 years to actually pull the trigger and bring on our VAs. And I never look back. I'm like, well, I need 2, I want 2 working for me because they are phenomenal. They're hard workers. So what can you say to the individual out there that maybe is hesitant? I'm not sure, my thoughts were, I can't teach or train somebody the things I do as a business owner. So that was my hesitation. I was wrong.
Yeah. And to be honest, I came at it from a similar point of view. I tried it not so much out of strategy, but out of desperation. Out of domestic staff wasn't working. I couldn't afford to pay more, and I just needed someone. And I just, what the hell? I need somebody. Let's do it. And it was amazing. My first hire was in April, and by August, I had hired 10 people for my different companies.
Wow.
It was an absolute game changer. And
Okay.
the person who's nervous about it, maybe not what you'd expect, but I'd say that's okay. Maybe wait. I never push people to do it before they're ready.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a challenge to train for the first time, because a lot of people, and this is where Gordian comes from, is a lot of people are great at what they do, but they're not so great at the back office, which is the other half of the same coin.
Yeah.
And so you can't hire somebody expecting them to fix what's a mess. But when you get to the point where, well, could I have them answer phones, take messages, send reminders, and send proposals? Could that be a job for somebody? Yes. Then give it a try. Because I think 84% of our people come with a college degree. They're all fluent in English.
Wow.
Obviously cost savings, but to be honest, that's not what I view our main value as. We get better people while saving you money.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. So what about what level are we looking at here? I mean, is it all levels? I need somebody that can do graphic design. I need somebody that can do this. Do you, as a business owner, do I need to sit down and determine, like, I really need help with this admin work? Is it all levels from admin to graphic design to all the way up to marketing, that you can find someone?
It's anything. And again, that's why I stay away from the term VA or virtual assistant, because people, one of the biggest mindsets I try to break is that it's inferior people for an inferior price, which is categorically untrue. The people that we're able to recruit are highly skilled people that can do any number of things, not just entry level, but our marketing team, our entire accounting team, our customer service team, our account managers. We even fly some of them up once a year, twice a year to visit properties and meet the local team. So for people that are thinking about it, the best advice I can give them is, I used to say take a 3x5 card, but none of us have the pockets for it anymore. But open a note on your phone and just start every time you think of something like, I bet that could be done remotely and that would help me. So, hey, send reminders that I have a job tomorrow to the clients they're expecting me. Hey, respond to emails and take messages on the phone so I don't get interrupted and just start making that list. And after a few weeks, see what it looks like. Because too many people, they come to us and they say, well, I want an executive assistant, or I want a marketing person, or something like that. And when we dial down to it, what they're really saying is, I need help. But they're so focused on a title that they often try to hire somebody that's not the right fit. Yeah. So starting at the task level will dramatically improve the process.
Yeah. Yeah. In you Gordian Staffing, I no clue that led to VAs, and I'm going to stay away from that term. I promise. I'm going to call them employees. So the whole onboarding process of an employee, quote unquote, VA, I went through that process. I essentially felt like I needed an employee to help me find the employee, because it is quite the process. It really is. It is. The training and all that fun stuff. What can you tell people to get ready for that process? It was hard for me to find the time, and I'm glad I did, because it's amazing. Once you get it settled, once they understand the way you operate and things like that. What can you tell people to prepare for that process and get ready for it? Is this something that they really need to make sure they're ready for, right?
It is. Your odds of success go up drastically based on how much work you put into it. And the advantage of working with a firm like ours is that we handle the recruiting. We meet with you. And not only that, we help you identify what it is you're looking for. Because a lot of people, they know they need help, like I said, but we've had people say, can I have a bookkeeper who also does social media? And we've had to say, no, like that. You're not going to find one person who wants to do both or is good at both of those.
Yeah.
So we help you. We have job description templates, and we kind of quiz you on what you need. And so all you have to do is just interview them and decide which is the best. In terms of getting ready, the more work you put in up front, the better your success rate will be. I would tell people, number one, block off time. You're going to be less productive the first couple weeks.
Sure.
People tend to think it's like magic and they'll just show up and everything will get easier. The truth is, like any employee, if you have somebody out with you on the truck, you're going to be slower because you're teaching them. Same thing here. Make sure that you schedule it when you're available to teach them, when you can spend a couple hours a day, when you have materials written down. So you have to put that work in ahead of time to have a good chance of success.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we've struck gold twice. We had a great VA prior to Shira, and unfortunately, she had some medical stuff she had to, deal with. And Shira has been with us for, again, I don't even know, I'll probably say it wrong, 2 months, 3 months maybe. And she's been amazing. She's been phenomenal. And I think the biggest thing I can say to being on the other side of it, not the recruiting side of it like you, is communications and making sure you are communicating with them and you are treating them like a family member, like part of your team. I think that's the biggest thing I can, attest to and make sure that whoever's coming on board, bringing on a VA, that they instill that into their, employees, their companies, or whoever they're dealing with directly. It may not be me directly. It could be somebody else, but I meet with Shira every morning, and it just keeps us on the same page. And it's a great, it's just been great for us, as a company. So she does amazing work. So,
yep.
But this isn't about Shira. It is kind of, but it isn't. It's more about you guys and providing the service. So what can people expect at CLIPA CON? They come up to your booth, they talk to you guys. What can they expect?
Main thing is we'll be talking to people and asking questions, finding out what their pressure points are. Just because I know what worked for our company doesn't mean it's going to work the same for every client. And the best thing is we not only do staffing, we also do consulting. And so we've worked with hundreds of companies to develop org charts and help create processes. And we have a good referral network if they need things like marketing, social media that maybe we don't provide, and maybe they're not ready for a full-time person. So we have partners we can introduce them to. But mainly it's about helping business owners be less overwhelmed, because it's a difficult job and it's pretty thankless some days. And so our job is to make it easier by providing that support.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to one other concern that I had, and I appreciate you addressing all these. My concern was the being remote and stuff like that. Is there anything you guys do in the hours being worked? That's always been on my head, during COVID and stuff like that, people working from home. It drove me insane. I understood why it was happening and things like that, but not being able to physically see them and know that they are there from 8 to 4, 9 to 5, whatever the hours are of your office. How do you overcome that as a business owner? And do you just hope that they're working the hours, or is it something you guys track, or what's the best way to tackle that concern of anybody?
So there's a couple answers I will give. First off, there is some tracking. We do have, company computers, and we can track activity, things like that. The other thing I'll say is, when you hire somebody, are you hiring them to sit in a chair for 8 hours, or are you hiring them for the output that they perform?
Yeah.
So when you hire somebody, you should have a mindset and ideally metrics, but I understand not everybody's at that point, to say, let's take a customer service rep. So my goal, my definition of success for this position is that we have a missed call percentage of less than 3%. Emails are responded to in less than 4 business hours, and reminders to clients are sent at least 24 hours ahead of time. Let's just say that's the job. Yeah. If those metrics are being hit, does it really matter if they take a 40-minute lunch or a 30-minute lunch? Which is not to say that they shouldn't be working, and they will work the right hours, but too many people have the mindset that I have to monitor every second of the day. And you do need to provide oversight and training, but move away from that hours mindset and into that work product mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love that. And I'm where I was in the beginning. Those were some of my concerns. Now it's not a concern. I know that Shira puts her, her time in, and it, she'll make up for it if she has to, and things like that. And that's part of, employees and trusting, what they're doing. And we have full trust, utmost trust in her and all of our employees. Yeah. We like to, work hard and play hard. So
definitely.
Yeah. Well, very cool. Anything else you can throw at us? Little teasers, things that come by the booth. You got anything, giveaways, maybe something like that we can tease people with?
We got some amazing pens we always give out. You can never have too many good pens. Other than that, we're pretty low key, but We've been in the industry for about 8 years now on the building management side or the building maintenance side, and we've worked with a lot of companies. So we'll definitely be offering appointments and some free consulting to just meet and kind of identify people's pressure points.
Well, I think it's much needed, and I think you guys are going to be busy at the booth. So I think people will come and buy as long as they get the courage to come up to you guys. And it took me a while. I had somebody in my ear, for 3 years trying to get me to do it. And I was just like, I don't know. I can't teach somebody, train somebody what I do, but I was, dead wrong. So,
well, and the best thing I can say is we're very low pressure. We've regularly told people, hey, being honest, I don't think you're ready for this yet, but we're here when you do. So we're only successful when it's been a year or two and they're still working out great. We're not in this for the short term. We work with business owners for the long term.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. Cool. Well, very cool. If you guys want to join us, Rob, I do appreciate you. I appreciate you coming in. It's great meeting you. This is the first time we've talked. Yeah. So looking forward to having you guys out there. I appreciate your support. If you guys want to join us August 19th and 20th at the Gaylord Opryland Resort in Nashville, Tennessee. If you've never been there, it's an amazing place, beautiful place. You will get lost. I promise you that because it is so ginormous and there's so many different areas. You'll get lost. But I do want to thank our sponsors, Mr. Pipeline, Action Lighting. It's all down there. S4, Tough Clips, Tencel, Gordian Staffing. You guys, thank you. Appreciate it. Holiday Home Concepts, Lightorama, CLIPA CON 2025. Don't wait to get your tickets. We will sell out. So if you want to come join us and connect with great companies like Gordian Staffing and Rob and talk to them, we would love for you to come out. And it's going to be an epic event. So we're real excited about it. Looking forward to it. So we will see you guys in Nashville. Rob, thank you once again. I appreciate you and I appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you. All right. Nice meeting you.
Likewise.